the cast of the movie Donald, which will make you laugh like you have no idea. And I have the executive director, the person who wrote it, Alex. He wrote it, executive director. And I have the actual Mr. and Mrs. Trump. For the movie, just for the record, for the movie. Doug, how are you today, Doug?
Yes, I'm doing fine. I can't wait till we get started.
I know, we're ready. We're ready. Welcome, you guys. You're with Sports and Shopping with Doug Plank, former Chicago Bears, Megan, former Mrs. Texas, sorry. I always screw that up. I should know that by now. But anyways, so honestly, all of our fans and everybody who watches Doug and I want to introduce Mr. Trump, Pete, Mrs. Trump, Mariana, and the executive producer, the guy who put it all together. Welcome, you guys. Tell us about what's up with the movie Donald.
Well, I guess since I'm a bit of a younger grandfather, but I'll start this thing off. It's the concept started off with this picture. If you can see it, and your folks can see this picture here.
Yep.
Can you see it, right?
You can see it, yeah.
So this is about 6 years ago. I took my good old friend, Pete Ullman, who I've known for 17 years, and then Pete had an uncanny resemblance to then simply a citizen Trump. And I used to laugh at him, and every time he would show up somewhere, people laugh at him too, because he does look like Donald, and he dresses in very meticulously impeccable, with a great taste, Peter. And so people always confused him from the distance. He looked like Donald. And I used to laugh at it too. And I says, man, we got to do something about this. But we never actually did anything about it until Donald suddenly, surprise, surprise, became a president. He surprised everyone, including himself. And then I said, okay, this is no longer laughing matter. So we have to do something about this. But it's got to be funny. We want to be on the light side of things. And so I started writing short stories, outlines, a little storyboards, and running it by Pete. We used to go out, do a little YouTube videos, and every time anywhere Peter shows up, people just laugh. People just laugh. So there was an incident on Sunset on Hollywood and Highland, when we took this picture here, right? We took this picture, and then a whole bus full of Chinese tourists pulled over. They stopped, and they all ran out, and they started taking pictures next to us and with Pete and everything else. So it blew my mind, right? And then Trump just became a president. So we were told, wait, listen, they're sending it back to China, they paid $5,000 to have the photo taken with the president of the United States. So this was fun. And then even the police started pulling in and looking at us like with suspicion. What are these guys are doing here? Where's another 20 black cars and 100 Secret Service? There's just 2 of them. Oh my God. And so, but then they started laughing. As they got closer to us, they realized we were just playing, and they were laughing. So everybody had a very relaxed atmosphere. And so we went on. And 3 years ago, with God's graces and Pete's kind of a incredible lightness of being, I started looking for a real screenwriter, because I wrote short stories, I wrote concepts, and I had a vision, but I couldn't develop it into the full-on dialogue. I needed a pro. And then Peter helped. I started looking for one, and then Pete found one, a brilliant guy, Spencer Cadigan. And that's another story when Spencer is here. It's a typical, unbelievable LA story. When Spencer, as a struggling actor, screenwriter, trying to find his footing in Hollywood, he's originally from Denver, Colorado. He was driving Uber, and then Pete ended up in his vehicle, and they started talking about what we are doing. I mean, yeah, it was insane, you know. And then Peter told him about the project we're working on, and then he said, you know, I'd like to read your stories. I'd like to get to know you guys a little bit more. So make a long story short, we got together. He read my stuff. He said, I love it. I'm in. And you guys, I said, but we don't have much money. He said, no, I might pay you for doing this. Okay. And it was good. So I sealed the deal, and he proved to be really good. He didn't disappoint us. He created a full-on script. I kept writing, and me and him working in collaboration. And so 2.5 years ago, about 3 years ago, we started filming. We started making a film. And then yeah, Pete says, I mean, that's another how we made this movie during the COVID. That was a classified operation, a total psyops, black ops in the midst of Hollywood shutdown. We made the film. And so I'm proud of all of them and everybody who worked on it. And that's how it kind of developed. So we are now, the trailer is of course done and the movie is about 95% complete. We just need final touches, post-editing, post-production, edit some of the music things lining up and synchronizing, and we will be ready to bring this project to the public, to the viewership. And from the get-go, my motto, my slogan is "Make America Laugh Again."
That's right.
That's what we want. Stay less politics, more fun. People had enough stress, pressure, COVID, unsettlement, hatreds, divisions, all of this, anger. No, I want them to laugh because why? We all know laughter is the best medicine. So we want to come in and help America to laugh again. And hopefully with God's help, we'll settle out, we'll settle down, and this great country of ours will continue to move forward.
Now we're doing
some
social networking. It's very important to promote a film. Maybe in a couple of months, we'll be able to do the premiere. We're looking for people that want to join our teams, shall we say, in the marketing concept of Donald's World. And those of you that may be new right now watching this podcast, you can go to donaldsworld.com and watch the trailer. It's really great. This is a dramatic picture. This is a dramatic picture. We have a new poster that's a very uplifting poster and not dramatic.
So Doug and I watched the trailer a couple of weeks ago on our podcast, and Doug and I loved it. It's so funny. Remember, Doug?
Yeah, it was funny. You could tell just everybody in it felt very sincere about their feelings, but that's what made it so great. For a moment there, you thought this was the real deal. This is really happening until you start to, look and listen a little bit more and see that these incredible people were able to, show so much emotion and laughs, inject laughter into it.
Yeah, it was awesome. And we had a great response. People loved your trailer. So for everybody out there, all of our fans for shopping and sports, you got to go back and look at the podcast. Look at the podcast that has the trailer because it's incredible. The trailer is great. In about 6 to 10 weeks, the actual movie will be out. And so I just want to help support because it's just a riot. It's fun. It's a comedy. It's nothing about politics. It's all about comedy. And Pete plays an amazing Donald, and Mariana plays an amazing wife. I mean, she's great. She's great, and it's a total.
And I, if I may, I would add something that how I met Mariana. When I realized that I needed an actress or someone who can play Melania, I said, oh my God, this is a challenge. How am I going to do it? And again, we're in the middle of COVID. I got to go out and try to find casting directors and agents, and it's going to be Helen Wills. And then I was jogging at the Park Balboa in Burbank, in Encino, and over there in Recife, Sherman Oaks. And then lo and behold, I'm jogging and I just stop, and then a really cute dog comes over and sniffs me out. That dog happens to be here today. He's right there. Prince, come on.
Come here.
I mean, he's here. All right, so jump. Right, come in. Get in the camera.
Yeah.
Because that's going to be fun. Look at it. He is the one. He is the one. Look at this. Look at this trouble. So he came over to me uninvited, sniffed me out. Okay, I stopped and I said, "Who is the owner? Where's the owner? What's going on here?" And then I looked around, and then I see this beautiful lady that she was walking. That was her dog that came over to me, and I said, "You kidding me?" She looked like Melania to me, and I came over. And we started talking. She's about the same height. She's about the same weight. And then when I said something, she responded, and she had a little accent. Yeah. And I said, "Where are you from?" And she says, "Well, I happen to be from Russia." I says, "Oh, no way. This is so close." And then this is how we connected. And she ended up playing the wife and did it quite well. So there we are. You can say, there's Melania.
Yes, my name is Mariana, right? So what I would like to say, I would like to share that my message actually, it's to unite people in peace and love. And when we say about the movie, that the movie is about laughing to make, again, America laugh again. So actually, I'm not for real a wife of president, right? But in the movie, I have this chance, right? So the message is to unite people and heal people in love. Since I am a fitness trainer, a master, iRelease, massage therapist, esthetician, whatever you need for women to be beautiful and strong and healthy.
Healthy.
So this is my kind of lifestyle motivation. That's what I do. I train and I help people to be healthy. So another stuff is to set your mind for peace and love.
What's your website?
My website is mtbody.com, and my
mtbody.com.
yes, mtbody.com, right? And my IG is Real Mariana, @Real Mariana.
So when I love that, and you're totally buff, like you're totally buff. You are so in great shape, and whatever you're doing for nutrition is amazing because it totally works. So that's incredible. That's incredible. So let me just ask you guys, when do you anticipate the movie possibly coming out for people and viewers?
It is, it's right now, it's work in progress. We are working on different aspects of finding the distributors for the film, which is a huge part of the business. You know, it's not entirely up to us. The American film market is coming up, and then we will be presented there, and we will be looking for the real distributors and or buyers from Europe who might pick it up faster than here. You never know, or it might just go off. We will use the digital platforms. We go off the platforms here, you know, starting right here in LA and doing the podcast like the one you are doing. And by the way, thank you so much for having us. It gives us an opportunity to start getting out. These are our little baby steps we're doing in the world of business, of distribution. But the product, the film is good. It makes people laugh. It makes people smile. And we're really happy to present that. Enough horror movies, enough scary movies, war movies, you know, blow-ups and stuff. This is just to make everybody laugh. And then hopefully we will get it. We're trying to get it in as soon as possible. Like I said, the film is literally completed. We're just looking for the right outlets, right distributors who can come in, join in with us and help to bring this out to the public.
Well, Doug and I loved it. So you guys, I mean, anybody can go to Doug and I's podcast on YouTube or our podcast and see your trailer. We loved it. But just say again, if people want to go directly to your website, where they can go to see the trailer.
They can go to right here. DonaldsWorld.com.
Donald's, okay. So everybody, if you want to see the trailer really quick and easy, you can go to donaldsworld.com. Doug and I talked about it and played it a couple of weeks ago, but it's really funny. It's really funny. And again, it's not about politics. It's really about Donald.
Well, we're picking on everyone. He's not the only one. There's a whole lot of funny and comical characters, and sometimes funny series, and so there's a little sarcasm, it's a political satire. So none of us like Putin, I tell you that much. I escaped from there 40 years ago. Mariana's been here 27 years, and she's out of Moscow. She hates Putin. Obviously, no, Pete doesn't like. Well, no, we just say so.
I love Putin. No, he's a president of Russia. It's not his fault. No, I know. People need love.
Okay.
Yes, whoever created the war is. Well, we don't talk about that. We talk about peace.
So
who's in the film?
We're making fun of him. We're making fun of Nancy, and then Pete can.
Now, Nancy Pelosi is played by Lisa Richards. She's a very good actress. She lives in Florida, and she does a hilarious job. And then Eric Roberts does a wonderful job as the Don, because I'm going to him because Nancy wants to have me killed. I won't go into the detail on that, but it's so funny. And then Dan Lauria from Wonder Years, he does a great job as the Pope. So all these characters are so funny, and how they play in and out of the feature film that we have. We also are working on doing a TV series, which will be really great. And with that, we'll add more characters and a couple of big names. So that's what we have planned for the future. So what I say, as a peace advocate and as a guy to put this together, I've got, the crew, and producing a film requires having a lot of ingredients, whether it's a script supervisor, the director, you have the cinematographer, you have a couple cinematographers, you have a couple makeup artists, just some of the things that are included in producing a film, not to mention a great script that's very important, and the storyline in the script. So Spencer Cadigan has done a great job at taking Alex's ideas and putting it together as a full feature film. So I wanted to share that with you. And as a peace advocate, I want to say this. We need peace. We need peace within ourselves, and we need peace. Peace really comes by our acceptance of Jesus Christ in our lives. But for those people that perhaps don't quite have an understanding of Jesus Christ or God, I say this: we are in a very fast-paced society. I want everybody to laugh and have a good time, and I want everybody to either at least exercise like we do. I do 1,200 sit-ups. I do 37 minutes on the elliptical, 25 minutes on the bike. I was doing that. Right now, I will be doing it again. And so, exercise, meditation, listening to classical music, going on nature walks, these are some of the things you could do to balance your frustrations so that we can all live in a much more harmonious society. That's what I have to say. Thank you.
Doug and I, we love to work out. Doug has weights by everywhere in his house. So every time he walks by somewhere, Doug, tell him the story. Every time Doug walks by somewhere, he's got to do like push-ups, he's got to do sit-ups, and Doug is a young 69.
You know what
I'm
happens?
a young 75.
Yeah, I think that if you are, especially in your house, if you just plant these weights and training materials all around your house, I call it a walk-through workout, because every room I go in has something else, sit-up board, dumbbells, bench press, overhead press, bands. I believe in bands for stretching and just agility. And I think we're never too old. I mean, I'm 69 years old, and I've been doing this ever since I was 16 years old. And yes, I've replaced a few joints. They weren't because of weightlifting, though. It was because of football. I replaced both my shoulders, both my knees, and had broken ribs. Weights are good. I really believe that if you develop muscle mass, it consumes calories. It makes you much better shape to be able to sustain injury if you fall down or fall off a ladder. And rather than just walking, yes, walking is good, but it has its limitations. If you don't work on muscle structure, you're not being truthful and fair to your own body.
When I was talking to Doug this morning before our podcast, he's like, I'm on a roof. Can I call you back? I'm like, oh my gosh, you're on a roof. Don't talk to me. I'm like, I'll talk to you when you're off the roof. Like, I love it. I love it. Well, you guys, I want you to know that I think that this movie is going to be a huge success because it's so light. It's such a positive message. And I wish. I'm so
how I see it.
Yeah.
Usually what I see is coming through. I call myself a visionary woman. Yeah, my whole life I move like this. You have to believe. If you don't believe, it will never happen. And this is what exactly helped in my life to survive. I could only see myself being healthy, young, fortunate, successful. And this is all coming. It doesn't matter where I'm coming from. I came from basically communistic country with nothing. And I am so happy what I achieved in my life. And, could celebrate my young body and my useful personality and everything, but it's a long road, right? It's a lot of meditation. It's finding peace inside, right? Love and in everything inside. While I didn't know God in my country, in my family, since it was communistic country, my father is general, served for a communistic country. I grew up where the word God was taken out of my family and I was forbidden to pronounce. When I ask my dad, what is God? He says, never ask me this question. My mom baptized me still when I was 14 and told me, never say to your father that I baptized you because they will kill him. They will cut him off on job. You're not giving job if you don't serve, because communism is idealism. It takes you away from God. If you look even in the, I don't know how to say in English, right? That's 10 Commandments, and it says that do not believe in idol. The whole America now believes in idol. The communism is idealism. It looks like it should be good, but it's like one only group of people controls you. You know, I grew up in a country where nobody had to floss your teeth. And why they need to floss your teeth? Because the teeth is number one, it's bacteria comes to your heart. If you don't floss, you die. You without teeth at 40-year-old, right? So we're talking about population control. It's a lot. And what I'm so happy that I'm here, because in America, it says on a dollar bill, in God we trust. Nowhere in the world, it says in God we trust. So here is the miracle land of opportunity, and I'm so happy to be here and to have this opportunity to speak to other people that don't know what God is, but just believe it, and that's it. And it is there for you.
Well, I pray that this movie is a massive success, and I pray that that happens, because just from the trailer, it was very fun, and I look forward to seeing the rest of it. And I just, Doug and I appreciate you guys coming on and taking time to share with us and talk with us. So people, it's really fun to get to know the people that put together a film, because Doug and I have talked about this before. Putting together a movie or a film takes a lot of people, right, Doug?
Yeah, it sure does. Yeah, you don't even think about it, unless you grow up in the industry. I've been in a couple of short, I'll say long-term movies, but ones that were like 5 minutes. And there's so much work that goes into that. It's not really a movie. It's like a television announcement or something like that. But there's so much preparation, the background, the lighting, the equipment. There is just so much, and I really, really respect the people that are able to do it and do it on a regular basis.
Well, thank you, Doug. And I always compare things with sports, either sports or something like back in the old country. This is my for those who are watching, have a little fun. The guy on the right here, this is me at the age of 22. I am in the former Soviet Navy. Ukraine, Soviet Navy in Crimea, where they having the war. I spent 4 years in and out, naval school, exercises, training, the whole works. So I love the Navy, and I'm a third generation. This here is my father, who was the best American you could ever think of. And he was commander high rank. We were all kind of escaped from the former Soviet Union, and we loved the United States. And real quick, and this is my grandpa. So I'm a 3 generations of the Navy boys right there. So I believe in a team spirit. Like in the Navy, you either sink together or you sail together or you swim together. And same thing goes for the football team. Tom Brady does not win on his own, not at all. You got receivers to throw. You got to have linebackers to protect your butt from these guys, and everybody has to work together. By the way, what position did you play?
I was a safety on defense, and that's a person that comes in, breaks up passes,
right?
And he's the last line of defense. If they got past me, they were going to score. So you know what? My job was, I was the last line of defense. You don't come past me. And I would lift weights. I was a totally different person on the field. I would hit everybody I could. And, there was plenty of guys bigger and stronger than I hit them, and they left the game. They couldn't play anymore.
They would hit you back when they had an opportunity.
Yes. Well, they didn't get another opportunity because they were on a sideline. I put them there first. And,
Wait,
when I lifted weights, I would envision their faces on these weights. And it made it so much easier for me to pick up 300 pounds and put it over my head. I'm thinking, I'm grabbing a lineman. I'm envisioning this. And I'm putting this guy over top of my head, and I'm going to throw him, and I'm going to hit him. And I'm going to keep doing it over and over and over again. And I was always one of the guys picked as being the dirtiest or hardest hitting players in the league, every year that I played, because it was more than a game to me. It was a contest. It was a challenge. Doug, how far will you go? How far will you go to protect yourself, your family, your team, everything? And I would go to almost death to do that.
It was
just so you know, you guys know. So the number 46, and I always like to give Doug credit for this because he's so amazing. But number 46 defense is named after Doug. He was number 46.
46. Was that Mike Ditka?
Yes, Mike Ditka, Buddy Ryan. Yeah, I was a middle linebacker in that defense, and they later used it to go to the Super Bowl and win. But it was all about destroying the opposition, not just playing with him, but I'm talking about taking him down, knocking him, I'll say, out.
Okay, I'd say I need you in Ukraine. Okay, we're gonna take down the other side, so they never come back. That's the mission.
That's the
they never ever come back to Ukraine.
That's exactly right.
Let's go back.
Yep. It's when you get it, and all this people that are around you that exhibit the same kind of desire and commitment. I'll tell you what, when you're with other people that feel like that, something magic happens, and you start working at a level you never thought possible. Your effort, your stick-to-itiveness, your determination, it just it's multiplied by all those people around you. And I truly believe that's what's happening right now in Ukraine. That, I think the Ukrainians are just taking so much from each other and saying, we're all in this together and we're not going to stop until we win.
That is absolutely correct. And we all pray for that country and for my former countrymen. So they not just survive, but they succeed. And they push the Russian bear all the way back into his lair, and that he never comes back and try to impose his will and try to destroy neighboring countries. So we keep the world safer place. And the women and children and all. We can talk about this for hours. That's one of my missions. Again, like I said, this movie is to make people laugh, but God willing, we start making some serious money. I always have an idea of helping children and orphans.
Yes.
So we will send some money to the orphanages in Ukraine who've lost their parents. And I'm involved in some other things that I won't discuss right now. But God willing,
So what I have to say is, for everybody out there, I want you to keep your visions positive, keep positive people around you, and know that God is there to guide you. Hallelujah.
Amen. Amen. And I just want to know, all you guys, just so you know, in January, I'm going to have Mariana on with us again, talking about her nutrition. And I'm going to give you a preview. She healed herself. She healed herself from a lot of diseases. She healed herself holistically and through workout and food, and she has a lot of great advice. Doug and I are booked until January, and so we'll do it in January because we have amazing people. Okay, just so for a plug, Doug and I have amazing people showing up every Monday at 11 a.m. and everything from doctors to when I put out the word, remember how I told all of you guys listening to us, Doug and I are going to start interviewing people. Oh my gosh, I had so many people reach out to me, and Doug and I both were like, wow, these people are incredible. These people are incredible. So anyways, Doug and I look forward to introducing you to so many wonderful people. But
that's awesome. Really, really appreciate it. And whoever is listening out there, we're looking specifically for some people who can assist us. We're not looking to fund the film. We've survived on our own, and we're succeeding on our own as a team. So we're doing great. What we need now is support in the way of marketing and advertising. So people can come out, help us with social networking, maybe billboards, maybe media advertisements, anything else that can help to get the concept and this comedy to get it out there. We will appreciate that. So maybe there are some advertising executives out there, left wing, right wing, doesn't matter. People want to laugh. And we want to make a positive mark on the society and help everybody out. We're like Dr. Laughter.
I was just going to say, one of the things I do before I go to sleep every night is watch something that makes me laugh.
There we go.
I think that's the best thing, to watch something that makes you laugh. So thank you again, all three of you, Pete, Mariana, Alex, Doug. Thank you for all being here and sharing the story about Donald. And everybody should watch the trailer. And Doug and I always look forward to seeing you guys Mondays at 11 a.m. All of our people that watch us, and thank you. Doug and I are going to be, just so you know, I'm going to make the announcement because nobody knows this. We just found out this morning. Doug and I are going to be in Las Vegas, and they invited us to do a live podcast from the biggest cannabis industry event of the year. And so Doug and I are going to be live. It'll be really
Oh, this is great. This was great. And in fact, we're trying to get to Las Vegas and do the premiere showing of a full film somewhere in Vegas. If we can put this together, that would be awesome. And you could be a part of that too. We get to it. So once again, for those who are watching, go to donaldsworld.com. It is free. It's 2 minutes. Have fun and share it with friends. It's a little therapy. So let's just have
hilarious.
Okay.
All right, you guys. Well, you guys have a spectacular day. Enjoy your week. It's Monday. We can accomplish a lot of stuff in the next 6 days. So all of you enjoy your week. And thank you for being with Doug and I. We appreciate you being with Sports and Shopping.
Thank you, Doug.
Thanks, guys.
I enjoyed watching the Bears and the Bus back then, and Mike chewing his gum forever. Bears were my favorite team.
Classic.
You know, I lived in New York, but I was more in favor of Bears than Giants. I always liked Bears because to me it was tough. The defense, the 46, right? It was that.
Yes.
And that to me symbolizes the strength, the toughness, the team, and we don't break down. Okay, we will stop you any which way we can, and we will.
And now you got to meet the toughest bear. You got to meet the toughest bear.
Nice. Beautiful. So thank you for having us again, and until next time, from the Donald's team, God bless you all.
Yes, thank you.
Bye-bye.
See you guys later.
Thanks, guys.
Bye.